Hey guys, Mike with Old Iron Automotive here. 5.7 350 Chevy. It's going in my son's 90 GMC 1500 pickup truck. Trying to button it up, finish putting it back together. Hopefully we'll drop it in sometime this weekend. I want to do a quick video on adjusting valve lash. When I do it, I take the intake off. Well, I usually have the intake off when I adjust valve lash anyway. So this is the method I use. There's several methods out there, and quite honestly, I'm not sure of the correct name of this method. I've heard it called the buddy method, the companion method, and we'll show you real quick how we do it, and I've never had to go back and tweak it. Yeah, I mean, so there's, like I said, there's other methods out there. This one works for me. All right. Eventually, we'll do videos on some of the other methods, and maybe one of those work better for you. But this is the one that I use. What you do is firing order on a small block Chevy is 814-36572. What you do, easiest way to do it, is write down your first four, write down your second four underneath it. All right, so you still got 184-36572. All right, all you're doing is you're splitting it in half, and you're putting the first four on the top and the second four on the bottom. Okay, so basically these are companions or buddies, and I'll show you in just a minute how we do that. Let me pull this intake and we'll be right back. All right, guys, before we get started, I want to go over just a little bit of shop safety. I'm 54 years old, and I've worked on cars, oh God, since I was probably 12, 13. I always thought I was too cool. You know, doing body work, sanding bondo, I don't need a mask. And, you know, using a torch, I don't need a respirator. Sanding paint off the car, spraying paint, anything you can think of that you need a mask for. This guy was too cool. This guy was an idiot, okay? I want to apologize. I put out a video the first of the year, and I said, you know, I'm going to try to get a video out every week. No sooner did I download that, I got sick. It wasn't COVID, thank God. I ended up with a double lung infection, and it set me down for about 6 weeks. Got over that. I had about not even a week of feeling good, and I got pneumonia, and that set me down for probably another 6 weeks. Got over that, didn't even have another week, and the lung infection came back. Why? I can just about guarantee because I was too cool and I didn't wear a mask all those years. Always wear safety glasses, wear a mask, and it's no big deal. No one's judging you. You know, you don't have to be cool working in your garage. You know, I don't care if your buddies are around and they're like, "Oh, why you got a mask on?" You know, something. Just wear the damn mask. You know, wear the respirator, wear your safety gear, because it's you that's going to have to pay for it in the long run. All right. Now, because of it, I've got cardiologist appointments. I've got some kind of allergist, pulmonologist, or lung doctor, and I'm going in every week and doing all kinds of tests, trying to figure out what's going on. And it's all because I was an idiot when I was younger. Not saying I'm not an idiot now. I just try to be less of one. But let's get started on this, and we'll get through it. All right, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to rotate the motor in the direction that it runs. With small block Chevy, it rotates clockwise. So we're going to rotate the motor clockwise. And what we're doing is we're looking at our number one cylinder, okay? We want the exhaust to come up And that's why I like the intake off, because you can watch your lifters come up and down. You want the exhaust to come up and then down, and then right as the intake starts to open, we'll know we're at top dead center. All right, and then we can double check on the harmonic balancer. Once we get number 1 to that point, we want to adjust number 6, because that's our buddy, that's our companion. So we get 1 to top dead center, we adjust 6. Okay, and then once we adjust 6, we'll rotate the motor again. We'll do the same thing on number 8, and we'll adjust 5. And we'll go back, we'll do the same thing on number 4. We'll adjust 7. Do the same thing on number 3. Adjust 2. And then when we get there, we'll come back here. We'll do the same thing on number 6 and adjust 1. We'll just flip them. Okay? Also, got a little tech tip for you, because someone probably caught it and I'll end up putting something in the comments. These are not the spark plugs I'm using. Okay? Always keep your old spark plugs if you're doing a lot in the garage. I got a little cubby like the ones behind me. I throw all the used spark plugs in there. Not all of them, but I make sure I got, you know, a set for each different type of motor. And that way, if I'm painting it or cleaning the block or anything, I put the old ones in, let them get painted up. That way I don't get a bunch of crap on my threads and nothing gets down into the cylinders. It's just a simple, cheap way to do it, and it works for me. So what we're doing, I'm going to try to stay out of the camera while doing this. We're turning the harmonic balancer. Waiting for the exhaust to come up. All right, it's coming up now. I'm hoping you can see it. Double check. I'll get you in here a little closer. Number 1 exhaust is starting to come up right here. It's coming up. All right, now it's starting to go down. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get another light over here. Well, that works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you. All right, it just moved. All right, we are at top dead center. This is top dead center, which makes number 6 your power stroke. Okay? Now, I've already got the number 1 cylinder to top dead center. And like I said, what you're doing is you're looking at your exhaust port, which if you're ever confused which one's intake, which one's exhaust, here's your intake ports here on each side. All right, the bigger ones, not your water jackets. The bigger ports are your intake ports on the inside. The valve closest to it is going to be your intake. If you look at the outside of the head, the valve that's closest to the exhaust is going to be your exhaust port. And you can actually take a flashlight, look down in there, and you can see it move up and down as you're rotating the motor. So we've got number 1 at top dead center. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to adjust number 6. Number 6 is over here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what you're doing is, see all that slack? We need to get rid of all that slack. You're always going to have play side to side. You'll always be able to rock the rocker side to side. At least the stock rockers. But you want to get rid of the slack going up and down. Got a long way to go. See, now we're getting close. You got just a hair. See if I can do this to where you can see. You got just a hair going up and down. You want to get all the slack from the bottom of the rocker where it touches the valve spring. What I like to do is once I lose slack, I'll back it off about a half turn and then just inch it down to make sure I've got it as close as possible. Smidge, and we are there. And do the same with your intake. Getting close now. There. Once you get the slack out of them, on a regular street motor, daily driver, you want to do 1 full rotation. Tighten it 1 full rotation more. Performance motor, you want a little bit more performance, you can go a half turn. Some guys will do a quarter turn. Back in the day, we'd get it this close and we'd actually start up the motor and we'd adjust them by ear. Don't recommend it. So what we're doing is, now that we got all our slack out, we're taking this, we're going half, and a full. Same on the intake. A half. And then a full. And it doesn't need to be exact. I mean, if you do it, if you do your turns eighth of a turn too much or too less, it's not going to blow your motor up. You'll be fine. Now that we've got number 6 adjusted, we're going to rotate the motor, and what we're going to do is we're going to watch number 8, we're going to adjust number 5. And number 8's back here. And the cheater light. Now it should be roughly about a quarter rotation to get number 8 where it needs to be. Let's see if I'm right on this. Matter of fact, the exhaust is already up, so we want to bring it down and get that intake just to come up just a hair. So we're going down. Right there. Now that number 8 should be top dead center. And we are. With number 8 being on top dead center, we want to come back. We want to adjust number 5. We have 1, 3, 5. And it's the same process that we did on the last one. And when you're doing this, get in the habit of tighten it a little bit and pull your socket out. Because what will happen is, you can see how loose this one is. You put that socket down there, it'll bottom out on the front sometimes, depending on the size of the socket, and you'll think you're tight, you're not. So always turn it a couple times, check your slack, pull it out, check your slack. Put it in, tighten a little more, pull it out, check your slack. We got our exhaust, let's get our intake, and we are there. And we'll do the same thing. Half. Full. Half. Full. Next you go to 4, you adjust 7, then watch 3, adjust 2, and then I'll get phone calls and I'll get messages. Well, what do I do next? I'm at the end. No, you're not at the end. All you do is you flip it. You watch 6, adjust 1. Watch 5, adjust 8. Watch 7, adjust 4, and so on. And then when you get down to where you're watching 2 and adjust 3, you adjusted all your valves, you're done. Alright guys, I hope this helped a little bit. I'm going to finish this up. You don't need to watch me, you know, technically, what, 14 more times? 12 more times? So, same thing over and over again. You just watch the shit. You're watching the cylinder, you're adjusting the body. Watching the cylinder, adjusting the body. It's that simple, man. So, please like and share. If it was any help, hope it was. And we'll have some more videos coming soon, so stay tuned.